Good evening, Rule Breakers. Welcome to another edition of React After Raw here on Rule Break Wrestling's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Alec, and we just got done watching the Rusev versus Sheamus match live on the WWE Network, and wow, what a match. You'll notice tonight that the panel is missing. Those jabronis are sleeping. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's taking the night off, but I'm sure we'll see some familiar faces return next week. So, guys, when you watch, be happy to have you back next week, but who needs him anyway right now? All right, let's jump right into it here. Like I said, wow, what a match between Rusev and Sheamus. I know that's a shocker to some of you rope breakers because, all of us here at Rope Break are notorious for not really liking Sheamus. We find him boring, stale. He's really not appealing to any of us, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that he did a good job in this match and really sold Rusev. Really gave Rusev a big push here, putting him over. And I mean, it was really just a great match. Lots of good stuff. I mean, two big guys going at it, two big athletic guys going at it. You don't always know what to expect. You don't know how their styles are going to mix, how things are really going to work out going into this, going into a match like that. And, watching that match, I was surprised that it did work so well. I mean, I know Rusev is a big athletic guy, and I'm always excited to see what he can do in the ring. And, over here at Rope Break, we've constantly been talking about, Rusev needs to win that U.S. title to really further his momentum because he's just kind of been there just beating everybody. And nobody's really been able to, nobody's been able to beat him except by DQ. And, he's given Sheamus the first submission of his career, Sheamus passing out due to the accolade. And now Rusev is the U.S. champion. So the question now going forward is what happens from here on out? Who do we see Rusev go and defend that title with? Because this is one of the better U.S. Title defenses in the past few years. The U.S. title has just dropped off. I mean, completely. Such a prestigious championship. Same with the IC. They've dropped off, and they're kind of making a comeback, but not really. And tonight really kind of put that title on the map. And now on Rusev, it's going to give a lot of heat because of the anti-USA being from Russia, Putin whole ideal. And I think it's going to work out well. I think there's going to be a lot of good feuds. I mean, we're going to see a rematch with Sheamus for that belt, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We could see just really random opponents just challenging Rusev from here on out. We might see Mark Henry try and take it from him, Big Show try and take it from him, and we'll get to those guys later. I mean, we might even see the big guy Ryback really get that big push and go after Rusev, and that'd be something I'd be excited to see because again, they're both big athletic guys, and Ryback really deserves a better push than he got last time. So I'm hoping he's getting that this time. So congratulations to Rusev for winning that U.S. championship. Defend it well. Try and defend it more than once every 3 months. David Ledbetter, Rusev did one and then saying, "I hate Rusev." Well, he is a heel, so that's natural. But I mean, it comes with Rusev being a heel. But we're going to move on here. A big Raw tonight. Very exciting Raw tonight. Definitely lots of big moments on the show. And I was surprised because there was no John Cena, and that always really is the centerpiece of the show. So WWE had to find a way to build the show without John Cena, and they did one hell of a job. But Raw opens up with the recap of last week, and that promo ends. And then, we expect the Authority to come out like they've done for the past, I don't know how many weeks. That's just been the thing now. And who but Vincent Kennedy McMahon shows up on Raw. Wow, what a mark out moment. I was ecstatic. I could not believe that Vince had finally made a return to WWE, to Monday Night Raw. It was great. You know, you see an old familiar face like that, and you know, it just takes you back to those days where you really enjoyed sitting down and watching wrestling and really getting deep into the product. And you know, Vince comes out, you know, talks about the network and you know how it's free for the month of November for new subscribers. So those of you who are new subscribers, you're definitely gonna love it. Lots of good stuff on there. Whether you're into WCW, ECW, WWE, whatever pay-per-views you want to watch, it's all there for only, yep, you guessed it, $9.99. It's all there for $9.99. Or not, you could live stream it, whatever you want to do, but you don't have the access to the on-demand library or the pay-per-views for $9.99. So, oh, I get them for free. Again, it's $9.99. You get them in HD. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about the network. I don't work for the company, but Vince comes out and announces that it is free for the month of November for new subscribers. Big deal. Kind of big news over in the UK. They've been waiting to get the WWE Network, and 20 minutes before it was supposed to launch today, they canceled it, and that pissed a lot of people off. And it kind of pisses me off too, because the UK is such a big fan base, and they're such huge supporters of the product, and they're just waiting to get the network so they can have it and love it. And WWE is trying to aim for that 1 million subscriber mark, and they haven't hit that yet. They're a little over 700,000. They're not where they need to be to really break even on the network. And the UK subscribers would have given them a huge boost. A lot of people over there using VPNs and proxies to gain access to the network, so it doesn't really count. But again, they kind of got screwed over. WWE did sign a deal with Sky Sports recently for the licensing rights for show every pay-per-view. It used to just be 4 pay-per-views. So there's obviously conflict there, and let's hope that they can get those issues worked out by the holiday season, and see a big boost before the end of the year. But enough rambling about that. Vince McMahon, he says, let's raise the stakes. Let's make this interesting, and announces that at Survivor Series, if the Authority loses to Team Cena, the Authority will be no more. That's huge. The Authority has been around for over a year. They've become just a big conglomerate of heels, and really driving the majority of the storylines within WWE. They're behind a lot of the big storylines. And so for Vince to come out and say, hey, look, if you guys can't get the job done, you're done. That's huge, because what happens when that authority figure goes away? You don't have that evil heel authority figure anymore. So it's going to make the match much more interesting when it finally goes down. And I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a good match, because there is a lot on the line, and the Authority was worried tonight, and we'll cover that as well. But definitely a big opening segment. Happy to see Vince. He looks good. He sounds the same, and maybe we'll see more of him in the coming months as this power struggle between Vince and the Authority continues to unfold here on Raw. David asking, who do you think is going to win, Team Cena or Team Authority? Oh man, it's so tough, because it's still early in the build up to the pay-per-view, so there's really no clear idea on who has the upper edge. Obviously, Team Authority right now has more members than Team Cena, because Cena wasn't there tonight, and really Cena's only recruited Dolph. And I think I said this last week. I may have written it in an article, but my feeling is that the Authority is going to try and continue to take out John Cena's opponents until it's really just John Cena versus the Authority. So now it's John Cena versus Kane, Seth Rollins, and whoever else they decide to recruit to Team Authority. And maybe that's when we see Randy Orton return after tonight, and we will get to that as well. We could see Randy Orton return and really be the shocking surprise member. John Cena, I'm not doing this alone. There is somebody. Boom, Randy Orton returns. Big pop. Randy Orton and John Cena versus Team Authority, and we could see those guys pick up the win and take out the Authority, but I don't think so. I think you still need that big authority figure in the storylines to drive things and really keep the storylines going. And moving on after that, Dean Ambrose comes out, shakes Mr. McMahon's hand, basically gets his endorsement, and he goes into a match with Cesaro. Wasn't a bad match, but here's what pissed me off about this match: the commercial break, just mid-match. I know you guys are going to say, well, Cesaro was bleeding, they had to stop the cut, blah. Like, I get it. It wasn't that big of a deal to stop the cut. I mean, come on. It was just worse timing. You had that big segment opening, you're immersed in the show, and the commercials always aren't that bad, but this was just bad timing on the production part. Just mid-match, just you show the Wyatt vignette commercial. Like, come on, guys. You could have waited just a little bit longer. It wasn't good taste. It wasn't good at all. I didn't like it. But Cesaro did have to get patched up because of that cut on his head. But overall, it was a good match. I didn't really have any complaints about it. It wasn't, anything special, but all around it was a good match. After that, The Miz versus Jimmy Uso. Again, decent match, but nothing I'm really interested in seeing at this point. There was an issue last week with, well, they swapped and now, they're trying to get back. Again, the only thing really interesting about this is Damien Sandow as Damien Mizdow really playing into the stunt double role, and you have the crowd chanting, "We want Mizdow," and then you had the Miz say, "No, you want me, you want me." So that maybe they're starting to build tension there between the Miz and Damien, and we could see that feud hopefully spark up sometime within the next month or two. And I definitely love to watch that. After that, Sheamus versus Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd making a appearance on Raw. He's kind of stuck in NXT main event, but finally making his finally starting on the comeback trail after being gone for so long. Tyson Kidd, definitely one of the most talented people on the WWE roster, deserves to be on Raw on a weekly basis. I mean, he's such a talented individual. Whether it's submission, aerial, ground, he's such a talented wrestler that he just deserves more than he's getting. But it wasn't a bad match. Tyson Kidd playing the heel, as he's been doing for the past couple of months. Interesting ring gear with the cats on his boot covers. That was interesting to see. Plays into the whole Total Divas storyline with him and Natalya. And again, this wasn't really something special, just kind of there as a filler match, but it wasn't something I was like, oh God, why is this happening? It was all right. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't like, oh wow, Sheamus versus Tyson Kidd. No, it was just a match to maybe it was a filler match, just kind of there to pass the time. I don't know, but again, I didn't mind it. After that, kind of the big match, Ziggler versus Rollins. This was a good match. This was exciting. Had lots of potential in the match. They definitely delivered. Maybe this could be a feud down the road. And Rollins is really starting to become the guy, the future of this company, and you can tell WWE is really starting to put their faith in this kid, and he really deserves it because he goes out there and really puts on a show no matter who he's facing. And I think that's the best thing about Seth Rollins is no matter who he's facing, he always puts on a good match. It doesn't matter who it is, Ziggler, Ambrose, Cena, Orton, it doesn't matter who it is. Rollins goes out there and gives it 110% every single match. And, WWE's taking notice. They gave him the Money in the Bank. Not sure when he's going to cash that in. Um, do we see him cash it in maybe in January at the Royal Rumble when Lesnar's there fighting Cena? Yeah, that's happening again for the third time this year. Unbelievable. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. But like I said, Rollins definitely did a good job. Ziggler, you can't complain about Ziggler. Ziggler's always a hard worker, always a great seller. And then, of course, you have Randy Orton, RKO out of nowhere. Yep, we used it. It's great. It's all over the internet. Orton's trying to get the shirt made for that, but Orton gets in there, interferes, and Ziggler holds on to the Intercontinental Championship. But it was a good match overall. I loved watching every single minute of it. I wasn't disappointed. I was like, yes, momentum is picking back up for the show. This is great. It was just overall a good match. And, I will leave it at that. After that, we have an interesting vignette from Luke Harper. As you know, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Bray Wyatt, they've all split. The Wyatt family's done. It's no more, as we saw earlier. Bray Wyatt came out during the Dean Ambrose match. Not really sure what was going on there besides the head games. Bray said that he was going to possibly reveal a secret about Dean Ambrose. We didn't get that, so who knows what that secret is? I don't know what that secret is. The Ascension was backstage tonight at Raw, but they did not make an appearance. They could have filmed stuff for future Raws, future shows. I don't know, but they were there. They didn't make an appearance, so maybe they were just there visiting and they were in the area. I don't know, but maybe it's time for the Ascension to come up to the main roster, and if they do join Bray, it's not exactly a bad idea, but I don't think that they need it. But anyway, back to the Luke Harper vignette. Very interesting vignette focusing on his eyes, doing all sorts of crazy kaleidoscope things with them. And I'm really interested to see what goes on with Luke Harper when he finally makes his return, whenever that may be, who he faces, what his agenda is. And the thing is, he's not a bad promo cutter. And he's shown that over the past few months that he can speak and he really has the ability to speak and knows how to cut a good promo. So I'm interested to see what he has to say, what he's going to do. Are his promos going to be on the same level as Bray Wyatt's? Probably not. Bray's just a phenomenal wordsmith, knows how to put promos together like it's nothing. There was an interview that Bray says that he doesn't really read off a script, that everything that he's saying in the promo is something that he feels personally and connects to the storyline somehow. But really interested to see what WWE decides to do with Luke Harper. Does he face Eric Rowan? Does he go after Bray Wyatt? Does he go after somebody else entirely? It's not quite known right now, but I'm hoping that we see something interesting out of him. It'd be a shame to do all this building, really split these guys off, break up the Wyatt family, maybe prematurely, and then have nothing happen with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. After that, Ryback versus Titus O'Neil. Wasn't really a squash match, but it was a squash match. Ryback is back in the WWE for a second time. No, he's back. He was out for a while. Had to get some surgery on some hernias that he was wrestling with for 7 months. Talk about a trooper. Really pushing through, trying to give it his all, and his body just gave out and said, "Look, it's time to get surgery, man. We got to get these things removed." Ryback back. He looks better than ever. He looks fiercer than ever. He's really a guy who deserves a better push than he got in his first time around. It really fizzled out so quickly. He debuted, squashed a bunch of guys, got a shot at the WWE Championship, and then it just went nowhere. feuded with CM Punk and John Cena, just really got, I don't want to say buried because it's a term that's used so much now among the IWC. I don't want to say he was buried, but I just think he lost that original momentum that he came in with because of those matches and those feuds. And then he ended up teaming up with Curtis Axel for Ryback, and he really was the heart and soul of that group. Ryback is so charismatic and he's not a bad speaker on the mic, so he has a lot to offer. It's just WWE being able to capitalize on what he can do, and I'm hoping that this time around they're able to capitalize on Ryback, make him something worth watching, whether he goes after Rusev for that U.S. Championship, goes after Dolph Ziggler for the IC Championship, or maybe in 6 months to a year we see him in the World Heavyweight title picture. Who knows? I'm just hoping that Ryback doesn't fizzle out. Next match that happened was Big Show versus Mark Henry. Come on. Why do we keep watching this? Why do we keep seeing this? I swear we see this feud at least once a year. At least once a year we see Mark Henry and Big Show go at it for some stupid fucking reason, and I'm sick of it. You have Big Show cut a fucking promo with Renee Young before saying, I want my best friend back. Shut up. It's just, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I don't want to see this feud anymore. Nobody really wants to see this anymore. It's just, the feud is the same every single time. Now it's about stretch, as Mark Henry said. What? You're having a feud to see who's stronger, or as Mark Henry put it, some bullshit. You were doing it to try and be better than me. Whatever the reason was, I don't know what it was, but I don't want to see this anymore. This match, I almost fell asleep watching this match. I'm sitting here and I'm watching this match, and these guys are going at it and going at it. It's like, come on, end it. You know what this match reminded me of? You ever, growing up, maybe some of you know what I'm talking about, maybe you don't, but there were these tubes. They were like these plastic tubes, and they had water in them, and they were like orange and blue and green, and there was glitter, and sometimes there was like sea creatures in there. This match reminded me, you take two of those things and you just smash them together and you throw them and flail them everywhere, and they're just flopping and flailing all over the place, God knows what. That's what this match reminded me of. Just two fucking ginormous blobs just slamming everywhere and flipping and flopping and pancaking all over the place. I'm sick of this feud. I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't. Who does? I mean, honestly, if you think this is a good feud, then the comment section is right there. You can sit there and say, hey, man, you suck. You're wrong. You're an idiot. This is a good feud. This is something good to watch. This is actually interesting this time around. No, it's not. But hey, you're entitled to your opinion. That's what Rope Break is all about. For the fans, by the fans. We're always here for you. News, rumors, podcasts. God, we do it all, guys. We do it all for you. Because, as I said, it's for the fans, by the fans. But like I said, it's time to hit the road, guys. No more fucking Mark Henry versus Big Show. Cut it out. I'm done with it. I don't want to see it anymore. WWE, if you're watching, get rid of it. Get rid of it. No one wants to watch it anymore. Got to take a swig of water for the working man, as Stone Cold would say. Woo. All this rambling, man. Matt's usually the one doing the rambling, but it's all me doing the rambling tonight, and that's fine because it's my show. It's React After Raw. We're here every single Monday night, immediately following Monday Night Raw. Always here for you guys to react, for you guys to comment, ask us your questions, and that's what we're here for you. All right, enough of that. After that, we go back to the Nikki Bella, Brie Bella storyline. with the personal assistant. I believe Renee Young said it was day 8 of this assistant bullshit. I'm wondering how long it's going to take before we see some negative effects of this personal assistant whole deal go down. We see, maybe we'll see Bree poison the coffee with like X-Lax or something, or maybe Nikki's tongue will turn blue, or her luggage will go missing. Just mishaps will start happening. It'll be interesting to see what goes on with this. Not really interesting, but more or less just come on. And like, what is this? What are you gonna drag this out for? The stipulation is you're my assistant for 30 days, and if you don't fulfill those duties, then you have to leave WWE. We kind of addressed this last week. They're still kind of working it out. I don't really know where it's leading. I'm hoping it's leading to the Divas Championship match at Survivor Series. Maybe we see Bree interfere and cost Nikki the match. This feud has been going on since SummerSlam, so maybe we'll finally start to see WWE bring it home and close it out. I don't think it'll end at Survivor Series, but I think that's really going to be the rising action, the climax of that feud. Because it'll be almost a month by the time Survivor Series rolls around. So hopefully, maybe we see Brie interfere, cost Nikki that match, and then obviously that'll lead to one final bout between the two. Hopefully at TLC, maybe we'll get them in a chairs match or a tables match, something interesting, not just a Divas versus Divas. If you have such a heated feud between sisters, you can't have just a regular old Divas match. You gotta put a spin on it. So whether they have a tables match or a no disqualification street fight, whatever it may be, you really got to put a big stipulation in the match for it to really make sense and really bring it home. David Ledbetter saying, I agree with you. I'm guessing you're referring to the Mark Henry versus Big Show feud, and David Ledbetter also saying she will cost her the Divas title. Yeah, it's a pretty fair idea. I think it's a big idea that's going to go around. We might hear about it in the rumors over the next few weeks as we get closer to the Survivor Series. So keep up with RopeBreakWrestling.com for all that news leading up to that. If you don't have it bookmarked, what are you doing? While you're listening to me here ramble on this show on React After Raw, just open a little tab, type in RopeBreakWrestling.com. Look at that beautiful homepage designed by the man himself, Aussie, all those awesome articles, and just bookmark that shit. Bookmark that shit. You don't need the bleachers. You don't need cage side. You just need to get in the ring with Rope Break. So bookmark RopeBreakWrestling.com. We give you the biggest news stories. We don't give you, these little news stories of, oh no, what did I see earlier? I saw that Lillian Garcia couldn't make her flight, so she might not be in Buffalo for Raw. That's not news. That's not fucking news. I don't care if Lillian Garcia has lost her love, hasn't been able to make a flight because it got canceled. That's not news. I don't want to read about that. I don't give a shit about that. No one gives a shit about that. She's not there. She's not there. There's other announcers that can do the job, except Justin Roberts because they fired him. But that's another story for another day, another episode, or another show here with Rope Break. But yeah, I don't care about that. We give you the biggest news stories that come out every single day. We're not going to give you, so-and-so, went to a store and got a fucking Frappuccino, whatever. I don't know. We give you the biggest news stories all the time, every day, as they come out. And that's what we do. Because as I said, we're for the fans, by the fans. Here's an interesting thing that happened after that match. The Xavier Woods vignette. in the style of James Brown. If you don't know who James Brown is, uh, go look him up. Definitely he has passed on, but he was a big, big, big musical influence, in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Really uh, one of the pioneers there. But it was interesting. Xavier Woods kept saying a new day is coming. A new day is coming. A new day is on the horizon. Had the choir, had the stage girls try and pull him off, and he went back like James Brown used to do. But it's interesting. And I really want to know, what do you guys think this is? What do you guys think this is going to be? I posed that question on our Facebook page. If you haven't liked it, if your friends haven't liked it, guess what? Go. I don't care. Go right now. Go to our Facebook page. Hit like. Some big stuff going on there, and I'll tell you about that as we get towards the end of the show. But for right now, we're still talking about Monday Night Raw. But I pose the question: is this the will we see the debut of the stable of Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods, or is this just WWE repackaging Xavier Woods? We don't really know, because this is the first vignette we've seen of Xavier Woods, and they did show a logo at the end. It was like I want to say it was a bluebird. It might have been a phoenix. I could be wrong. I don't know, but it was a bluebird. There might have been a sun in the background, but it was interesting. So I'm wondering if they finally figured out what they're going to do with this stable, or if it's just Xavier Woods getting a repackage. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping it's a stable. If you guys haven't checked it out, they do a lot of stuff on WWE.com with the WWE App Theater. The most recent thing I've seen is they did a parody of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Xavier played Charlie, Big E played Grandpa Joe, and Kofi Kingston played Willy Wonka, except he was a Jamaican Willy Wonka, which was quite hilarious. He was wearing like 3 or 4 Sheamus wigs. It was definitely funny. Go check it out. These guys have a lot of charisma and a lot of chemistry between them. So, hopefully we'll see that stable debut, because, there's just not enough tag teams. There's not enough teams on the roster to really make the tag team championships worth anything. So hopefully that's what this is leading to. Hopefully we will see the debut of Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods as a stable. Here's a match that I didn't care about. Stardust versus Fernando. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to move on. Didn't care about it. We're moving on. That's it. We're going to get to the big match. Big match of the night. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Wow. What a way to cap off an interesting Raw. What a way to end a show. The show started with a bang. It ended with a bang, really. This match was phenomenal. I mean, I could not stop looking away from this match. I was just so drawn in because of the talent in this match, of the excitability of this match. I don't even know if that's a word. If it's not, I'm making it a word. But I was so excited to see this match, and we saw it, and it was such a good match all the way through. Lots of good storytelling. You have, Seth Rollins, who is, basically the golden child for the Authority, the future, really pampered by the Authority, really protected by the Authority, has his own security team. And then you have Randy Orton, who's, this loose cannon, the Viper, who really doesn't give a shit, who could go off on you at any moment's notice. It doesn't matter when or where, just Orton's ready to go off. And I really love this new reinvigorated Orton. For the past couple months, we've seen Orton just kind of, he's put on good matches, but it's just the character is just not where it should have been. He's kind of just been this piss and moan ass kisser that would always run to the Authority to solve his problems, and now he's taken the reins back from them and put things in his own hands, taking matters into his own hands, and really started to make a statement. And the rumors were that tonight we could have possibly seen an injury angle played up with Orton, which we did because he was tapped to star in the Condemned 2, which starts filming November 11th, I believe. It's a sequel to the original Condemned, starring Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's all right for a WWE movie. It's got Stone Cold. It doesn't matter. It's got Stone Cold. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. But he was tapped to do that movie, and this match was just phenomenal. You had so much good stuff going on. You had Orton, who was really trying to do all he could to finally take out Seth Rollins, because his whole thing was, if you guys aren't going to take care of Seth Rollins, then I'm going to do it. He started last week, and I'm going to guess his goal this week was to finish the job, and he did not finish the job. But nonetheless, this was a good match. I mean, these guys put on one hell of a show. I really don't know how Rusev versus Sheamus followed that, but these guys stole the show. These guys stole the show for the night. These guys went out there and they said, look, we're the main event. John Cena's not here. We got to put on a show, get this crowd fired up. And they did just that. You had Orton just, beating the shit out of Seth Rollins, really giving it to him, really taking his anger out on Seth Rollins. You have Seth Rollins equally firing back. Just staying toe to toe with Orton, and that's the thing I like about these two in the feud, is because it's not that their styles are similar; it's that their drive is similar and their hunger is similar. And a lot of people are saying that Rollins is the new HBK, and I can kind of see it, because Rollins is this cocky kid. He likes to, he goes out there and gives it his all and really steals the show, much like HBK used to do. And now he's really working his way up the WWE ladder, and this match goes to show what we could see from Seth Rollins in the future. But nonetheless, the match ends up with Randy Orton losing with a roll-up pin, Rollins stealing the victory, Orton not happy about it at all. You think for a moment, it's over, it's done. No, it's not. Orton goes around, shakes everybody's hand, really gets into it, shakes Mercury and Jamie Noble and Kane, and then he focuses on Rollins. Rollins saying, I'm going to be the bigger man here. I'm going to be the bigger man. I'm sorry. Sorry it happened. This is what matters. And then, Orton saying, yeah, I agree. This is what matters. And then, but I'm sorry too. Boom, RKO out of nowhere. And really sealing his fate for for the time being. He gets attacked, fights him off. Triple H comes in the ring, tries to tell him to stop. Like, hey, it's not worth it, man. You got to stop. Can't do this. There's a bigger picture here. And Orton proceeds to knock Triple H's head off his shoulders. And that was it. He was done. Orton was that was it. That was the end of Orton for now. Definitely interested to see what happens when he returns. And then obviously, you kind of had that beat down outside of the ring. He gets curb stomped onto the table, cuts his head open, blood starting to flow out of the gash. Was happy to see that, because blood isn't something that WWE does anymore. So when it does come back, in that fashion where it's not like, gushing like Ric Flair, he could dye his hair with it, but really where it's like, okay, that makes sense. He has a cut because he just got his face smashed into a table. All right, I'm fine with that. And so now, he's got the blood gushing out of his head, and, Triple H really struggling with what to do here. Like, okay, I've been with this kid since the beginning. We've, as he said earlier in the night, we fought side by side, face to face, back to back. We've been through so much. He's conflicted here. And I think that was such an interesting move for, a heel character to show, like, concern, for Randy Orton. And but in the end, Steph, you know, has the final say and finish it. She tells him to finish it, and Triple H, can't help but say, "Hey, there's a bigger picture here. Finish it," and they do, and it ends up with Orton getting curb stomped into the steel steps. Brutal, 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 brutal. And that would be the injury angle that was rumored. And now I'm wondering what they're going to bill it as moving forward. Are they going to say? I mean, my best guess is they're going to call it a severe concussion. He's going to be out for a month, 2 months, or let's say his recovery period is unknown at this time, as we're not sure when Randy Orton is going to be able to return. Whatever they decide to do, but I'm guessing they're going to call it a severe concussion. I don't know what else you could really call it besides a severe concussion. So that will probably be the injury ruling, and you'll probably see that report on WWE.com in the next few days. And if you don't see it, you'll be sure to see it on RopeBreakWrestling.com, because as I said earlier, we always get the biggest news and rumors to you as fast as they come out. So that's probably what they'll chalk it up to. And in the coming weeks, we'll see the Authority and Rollins played up like, Orton thought he could take me out, but he couldn't. He couldn't get the job done. And that's why I'm the future. That's why I'm standing here. That's why I'm leading Team Authority and not Randy Orton. Really playing up his character as that, he's really solidified himself as a heel, as that cocky, arrogant bastard that he is. But I'm just excited to see what happens from here on out, especially with Survivor Series, with Randy Orton, being gone. How they're going to bring him back into the picture. And I'll stop my rambling here. We have Jeremiah Golder weighing in. Jeremiah, thank you for tuning into the show. Saying, hands down, Orton and Rollins was the best match of the night. I wonder what path they're going to take from this. Orton is removed from the Authority, or did they just need to put him back in his place? And I was just on the edge of my seat waiting for Orton to attack Triple H. I definitely agree with you there. I was on the edge of my seat as well. I was waiting to see Randy Orton hit Triple H with an RKO, but we kind of got the fist/elbow. But you do make a good point. Are they just is Orton removed from the Authority, or is it just like, hey, you needed to learn a lesson, and now you know where you stand within this group because you acted out. But I think because Orton kind of has made this face turn, and now that they've essentially removed him from the group, he's going to want revenge. The Viper persona is back, that ruthless, careless, just sadistic, evil Orton that we all love, that really comes natural to him, is back. And I think he will go after the Authority one by one, really start to pick these guys off until he does get down to Seth Rollins and eventually Triple H. Maybe we see Triple H versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31, because Brock Lesnar will be wrapped up with Roman Reigns, unfortunately, and that's another thing that another show for another day. Roman Reigns going against Brock Lesnar. A lot of controversy, not controversy, but just disappointment over WWE's handling of the Reigns situation. Instead of keeping Reigns off TV, not really giving fans the insight into Reigns, they did the one exclusive interview, which reportedly had Vince McMahon extremely pissed off. And, they did one, I think it was last week that they did one, and it was okay, but, just keep the guy off TV. And then it was reported he's supposedly returning in late December to, I think it's some house shows, late December, right after the Christmas holiday. I think that's when he's going to be making his return. But I just think they should keep him out until the Royal Rumble. And You know, he is rumored to win that and go on to face Brock Lesnar for the title. Whatever. That's a completely different conversation. But all in all, you know, I think Orton versus Rollins was the best match of the night, the best moment of the night. Sold the storyline, progressed the storyline extremely well. And there's a lot going on now in that storyline. You have, you know, the ultimatum from Vince McMahon of, hey, you need to win or you're done. So now that they've had this power for so long, they don't want to let it go. So now it's, you know, we have to recruit. So now, you know, you have Rollins, Kane. I think Mark Henry may be on the team. Maybe I missed that detail. I don't know. I think he's on the team now. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm right. Okay, Rusev is possibly joining the team. So that's 4. And with Orton out, you know, they need 1 more. So who's it going to be? Triple H? Somebody else in the locker room? Nobody knows. And then now you have the Authority really going to everyone else who's anti-authority and saying, hey, we're going to give you whatever you want if you don't join John Cena's team and if you join the Authority. It kind of reminds me of the corporate ministry back in the day where you had Vince and the Undertaker just keep drawing people in to protect everybody, to keep everybody in check, to keep the rest of the locker room in check and say, hey, you could have this, but because you're not with us, you can't have it, and we're going to take you out. So that's kind of what it looks like the Authority's heading towards, a sort of a corporation, corporate ministry direction. And so, you know, going around to potential John Cena teammates saying, hey, join the Authority, we'll take care of you, we'll get you whatever you want, you just say it, it's yours. But if you decide to go and join John Cena, you'll suffer the consequences. So, you know, we may see John Cena show up to Survivor Series without a team. Obviously, that'll help towards the build, for Royal Rumble, making Cena look strong going into it, taking out a whole Survivor Series team by himself. WWE could do that. They probably will do that, knowing them, knowing Vince and wanting to build Cena as this unstoppable superhero-esque character. But you know, I'm hoping that you know, maybe we see Randy Orton return at Survivor Series. Who knows? Maybe he joins Cena and takes with the Authority. Maybe he just takes everybody out. Maybe he just doesn't give a fuck and just RKOs everybody one by one. And that's the way it goes. And I mean, that would be huge. Because Orton comes back, RKOs everybody in the ring. Team Authority, Cena the ref, Triple H, Stephanie, Michael Cole, JBL, King. I don't care. It would just be huge to see it happen. I know it's crazy, but I know I'm getting a little carried away here. But you know, there's so much going on in the storyline now that I'm hoping, you know, we see it really start to build up. We should really start to see it progress. John Cena will return next week, so we can continue to build Team Cena versus the Authority for Survivor Series. But overall, impressed with Randy Orton versus Rollins. Loved it. Great match. Can't wait to see this feud progress in the future, you know, after Survivor Series. Jesus Christ. But, all right. I'm done rambling about Raw. That's it. I'm done rambling about Raw. Who do you want to win between the two teams? Man, that's tough. Asking the tough questions here. I like it. I like it. Tough questions. But if I could pick a winner between the two teams, I'm gonna have to go with the Authority because, and it's nothing against John Cena. You know, again, there's a thing here at Rope Break where, you know, give all the respect to John Cena, but you know, we don't really like him, but you know, we respect him. But I think for the sake of the storyline, for the sake of really moving forward with the storylines. The authority needs to win. The authority needs to go to Survivor Series, pick up the win, hold on to that power, really assert their dominance as the main powerhouse within the WWE storylines. So I want the authority to win. It's not just out of spite of John Cena. It's just for me, for the sake of the storylines, that I want the authority to win, so we can continue to see things build and develop, and you have that uh, evil authority there to do their evil bidding. But that is enough ranting about Raw. And now it is time for everybody's favorite segment of the show. I say this every single week. This is everybody's favorite segment. You guys love this segment. If you don't love this segment, then why are you watching the show? Because this is what you guys wait for every single week. You guys wait for the final thoughts and letter grade for Monday Night Raw. Now, you see, at this portion of the show, and pretty much throughout the show, you know, the usual way we do it here is I talk about a certain match, certain moment of the show, and I ask my esteemed panel what they think about it. But there is no panel tonight, so it is just me. I couldn't do that, so I kind of just flew through things here. But this is everybody's favorite part of the show. And overall, it was a good Raw. It was entertaining. There were good matches. There were not so good matches. Matt and I discussed this, a lot every single week, and there's the feeling of continuity in the show where tonight we opened up with the authority, and then towards the middle of the show you had that segment between Orton and Triple H with the authority again, and then you close the show with the authority. So there's that feeling of continuity there where how the story is going to, how the show's going to flow, and then you work in different storylines there. But the continuity, is key here. So I do like that aspect. The matches were, they were booked all right. Definitely, not a lot of filler stuff. If anything, the filler stuff I would say would be Stardust versus Fernand. Sheamus versus Tyson Kidd. Those are really the big filler things in there. I'd even go out as far on a limb to say that Ryback versus Titus O'Neil was kind of a filler match, but not really, because they're trying to build up Ryback again. So I'll leave that there. But overall, it was a decent Raw. It wasn't great. WWE kind of let me down last week because Hell in a Cell was so good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and then the following Raw just didn't deliver for me. Maybe for some of you it did, but for me it didn't live up to the hype that we saw at Hell in a Cell. Tonight's definitely improved. It seems WWE has an idea of where they're starting to go for Survivor Series with each feud, especially with the main feud of the Authority versus John Cena. So overall, I enjoyed Raw. It was good, but it wasn't great. So my letter grade for Monday Night Raw is a B-. B-. That's what I'm giving it. Like I said, it wasn't good, but it wasn't great. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching the show. It kept me drawn in. So yeah, I'm giving Monday Night Raw a B-. What do you guys give it? See the comment section over there. Let me know what you think. When you watch this video back on the YouTube channel down there in the comments, hey, let me know what you thought of the show. Let me see your letter grade. That's what I want. Interaction, people. For the fans, by the fans. As I say it every single week, that's what we do here on React After Raw at Rope Break Wrestling. That's what we do. Or as Mark Henry would say, that's what I do. All right, I'm not going to do the impressions tonight. I don't ever do impressions. What am I talking about here? I'm not an impressionist. Enough of that. But all right, guys, we're almost to the end here. I know a lot of you are tired. A lot of you are ready to go to bed. You're sick of hearing me talking, just blah 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 blah. You tired of it? You don't want to hear me anymore. I get it. I'm tired of hearing myself talk. It's real weird here without the panel. This show doesn't really work without the panel. I'm gonna say that right now. You need the interaction here. So hopefully, my esteemed colleagues will be back here next week. You never know who's going to show up here on Raw. Raw. This is Raw. You didn't watch Monday Raw. You're watching Raw right now. Oh boy, it's late. But hopefully we see some panel members return next week, and we'll have a good show for you, as we do always, people. We always have a great show for you. What am I talking about? This is the best damn Raw review show on YouTube. All right. Shameless plug-in time. We got to do it. You guys got to know. This is what we do. We got every single week. We got to get this into your heads. We got to spread the message. We have to spread the revolution. And David Ledbetter giving Raw a B. Good letter grade. I like it. Giving it a B. Looks like Raw's getting a B tonight. B minus for me. B from David. Curious to see what everyone else thinks when you guys watch this video, when you're watching now. Whatever. I want to know what you guys thought of it. All right. Shameless plug-in time. All right. Actually, no. We can't plug yet because we got to talk about Friends. That's right. Friends. Now, for those of you who don't know, Matt is the one who coined this wonderful public service announcement about Friends for Rope Break Wrestling. Look, if you're following Rope Break Wrestling, if you're a fan of Rope Break Wrestling, you follow us every single week on Twitter, on Facebook, here on the YouTube. You're commenting away. And if you're not telling your friends about Rope Break, you're a horrible, terrible, no good friend. You are just a bad friend. You're no good. You should be ashamed of yourself. So what you need to do is go to Rope Break Wrestling's Facebook page and share it. Share it on your Facebook page. Tell all your friends, hey, say, hey, there's this awesome wrestling news site. They have awesome, YouTube shows and podcasts. They have all, their website's awesome. Their articles are awesome. Everything's amazing. These guys are the best. Tell your friends. All right. Rope Break is a lifestyle, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a co-founder. I bleed Rope Break. It's a lifestyle. You gotta live the rope break lifestyle. You gotta live the rope break revolution. Whew, say that's a tongue twister. But yeah, if you're not telling your friends about rope break, you are a terrible friend. All right, I'm done chastising you guys, but share us, man. Go on your Facebook page, share us. Go to Twitter, say, hey, check out Rope Break Wrestling. Doesn't matter. Support the YouTube page, like, share, subscribe. You watch all the shows. There's so many shows you can watch. Like React After Raw, which you're watching right now, which is on every single Monday night, immediately following Monday Night Raw. We are here for you every single Monday night, as I just said. After that, on Thursdays, we have the Sharpshoot with Aussie. It is one hell of a show. One of the best damn shows on YouTube, and I'm not just saying that because he's a friend of mine and he works with me here at Rope Break. He does one hell of a job putting that show together, really getting the fans involved, really having some good opinions about the product. It's such a great show. If you guys are sleeping on the Sharpshoot, you got to go and check it out. So after you're done watching this, head over to our YouTube page. Check out last week's Sharpshoot. Also did a great job, Halloween themed. Did a great Dean Ambrose impression. Lots of good stuff there. Go and check it out. Any of them, they're great. They're great. You'll love them. It'll be the best show. You'll be like, oh my God, I'm missing out on this. This is better than Backstage Pass. Hell, all these shows are better than Backstage Pass. Come on, no one cares about Backstage Pass. Do they even do that show still? I don't know. I don't watch it anymore. After that, on Fridays, around noonish, give or take. Yeah, man, I got you. Around noonish, give or take, you have the podcast of Before the Bell. Matt gets in the studio every single Friday and talks about all the latest WWE news and rumors. Really tries to bring his views to it. Matt's a really big traditionalist. Really has some strict beliefs about the product and the way things should be handled. And it's always nice to hear his opinion. So if you're bored, you got nothing to do, your mom's yelling at you because you're not vacuuming, or you know, you're at work and you're just having a bad day, and you really want to just go home and watch wrestling. Well, guess what? You can be at work, you can throw on Before the Bell and listen to Matt. It'll just take all your problems away. Talk about all the big stuff going on in WWE. It doesn't matter. It is a great show. Uh, you know, you guys should definitely be listening to it. You guys should definitely check it out when you get the chance. So after you're done here, go to our YouTube page, check out more React After Raws, check out some more Sharpshoots, check out Before the Bell, share them, show people, get the word out there, support Rope Break. We appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys really supporting us every single week. Even since we started. Whew, I'm rambling here. It is late. All right, final plug here. Listen, you know how we are here at Rope Break. We do giveaways. We do giveaways here. We do big giveaways for every single pay-per-view. Yeah, for the last two because, well, hey, we got a big one coming up. We got a big giveaway coming up, and we got to pool all that money together, get it going. But listen, guys, here's a big one for Survivor Series. If we can get 3,000 likes on our Facebook page by Survivor Series, we will be giving away a copy of WWE 2K15 to one lucky winner for the console of their choice. And we will even replace the John Cena cover with a cover of your choice. Any superstar, doesn't matter who it is, you could be that lucky winner to win that copy of WWE 2K15. And I know some of you are watching saying, well, why do I want to win it? I might already have it. I might have it for the 360. I might go get it for the PS4. Why am I going to waste my time? Why am I going to wait? You know why? Because it's free. So one of you, 1 in 3,000, can win a free copy of a game they want. So hey, you don't want to spend the $60, you become that one lucky winner. Hey, you just saved $60. Guess what you can do with that? You can get a membership to the WWE Network for just $9.99 a month. See, we get you a copy of WWE 2K15, and you could take that $60 and go get a subscription to the WWE Network. We're helping you out always. So get the word out there. I believe we're 2,935. We're getting close. We're getting close. Thank you to our friends at WWE Memes for really putting us out there, really pushing us, giving us that final push for those likes. So you guys go to our Facebook page, share it, share our articles, get the word out there about Rope Break. Get us to 3,000 likes, and we can get that giveaway going. If not, we're going to keep it for ourselves. We're going to play it for ourselves, and we'll have fun with it, and you won't. Damn it. All right. I'm done with the plugging. I've been here way into overtime, and it's time to go home. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in here to React After Raw. The panelists React After Raw. I had a lot of fun hosting my first show solo. It might happen some more in the future. Who knows? But I had a lot of fun with you guys, with your comments. Definitely thank you so much for tuning in every single week, tonight, checking out Sharpshoot, Before the Bell, supporting Rope Break. I truly appreciate it. I'm so grateful for it. We all are grateful for it. And that is the show, folks. And Rope Break is a lifestyle. Rope Break is a revolution. We are here to stay. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Rope Break. Good night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.